Have you ever wondered if there's a faster way to progress on the guitar even with the limited time you have? Well, in this video I'm going to prove to you that you can 10x your progress in half the time by playing a game from this book. Seriously, it's not a gimmick. I've been using and testing this for the last few years, teaching all my students and using it myself to learn loads of songs and concepts. Before I show you this game that will 10x your playing, I want to address the hamster wheel that most people are stuck on. We're all busy and hobbies like playing guitar are often low on the list of priorities. So when we finally sit down to play, most of us just run through the same old things, or when we just try and learn something new, we get bored and frustrated and move on before actually learning anything. So what can we do about this? As humans, we're wired to crave dopamine hits, whether it's from eating something sweet, scrolling on social media, or binge watching Breaking Bad. It feels great at the moment, so we keep doing it. So what can we break from this to turn these bad things into good practice habits? See what I did there? Well, I thought it was pretty clever. If you can make your practice into something that gives you a huge dopamine hit during and at the end, you'll naturally want to do it more, making this bingeable, and therefore you'll see results much faster in less time. That's where this game ticks all the boxes. So what is this game? So here's how it works. You pick a small selection of music you're working on. This could be a few notes or just an entire song. I'm going to challenge myself to relearn a lick from a Tom Bukovac video I did a while ago. My goal today is to try and get a bit faster. I've got the video I'm going to practice all loaded up in a software called Transcribe, which is an essential part of my practice. This software lets me slow things down in 1% increments, loop sections, change pitch, and do a bunch of other really useful things. You'll see how good it is during this video. You can use Dean5 at checkout to get 5% off. Link in the description. So here's the clip, and as you can see, I've created a loop by simply clicking at the start and then dragging to the end. So I'm going to actually start the game on that dum. So I'm going to grab my guitar and let's see if I can win the game or not. So the first thing I like to do is just slow the track down, listen to it a few times, and then just try and navigate all the notes and try and get the right rhythms roughly. So on the software, I'm going to actually slow it down to 70% just by clicking that. I have got this little cursor here that I can move the cursor up and down in 1% increments, but let's go for 70. Pull it back a bit on the loop there, just so I've got a little bit more time. And I'm just going to come in on the first part, which is the that slide from up to the 12. So that's the chunk sausage. You then have to play through and practice it. The main goal is to play it 3 times in a row without making a mistake. And if you make one mistake, you have to go back to 0 and start again. Sounds simple, right? But there's one more rule you have to take into consideration. Well, if you make 2 mistakes in a row, simplify the game to make it easier. The goal is to keep simplifying until you can win the game by playing that chunk 3 times in a row perfectly. Let's give it a try. Okay, so that was 1. Okay, I'm going to say that's 1 mistake, so now I'll go back to 0. Okay, let's give it another try. Okay, give that, let's say that's 1. Two. Okay, no, 1 more. Okay, so that means I've done 3 in a row, so that means I have won the game. Now what I can do from here, I can either keep at this tempo and then look at maybe the next part, add a few more notes on. I could go back a bit, maybe do the lick beforehand, or I can stick with what I've got and then speed that particular part up. So maybe I go up to 5 BPM. Let's give that a try. So up to 75%. So I can just use this cursor here to go up to 75. And then we give that another try. Two. 3. Okay, let's go up to 80%. Okay, one mistake, back to 0. Right, so there I did 2 mistakes in a row, so now I need to simplify it. So now I can slow it down, or go back to 75, or make it less notey. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make it less notey. So all I'm going to work on is the first part. So I'm actually going to make that loop a bit smaller, a bit too short. One mistake. 1. Okay, 3, and then I'm just going to add in maybe just that extra note there, the 10th fret. 1. Okay, and we can build that up one note at a time. Okay, so now. One mistake. 2. Okay, and then last 2 notes would be the 9th fret of the G to the 7th fret of the G. Hopefully now I'm going to get past the 80% mark. 1. 2. Okay, so that's 3 times in a row, so I've won the game. Now I'm going to actually make the chunk slightly bigger. I want to kind of include a bit more. Okay, so we're building a bit up beforehand to make it kind of more a longer sentence, so to speak. Okay, now that's coming a bit too quick, so that's a great thing about this, just drag and drop. Back to 0. Save myself, 1 to 1. Ah, damn it, talking, which means I've made a mistake. Back to 0. 1. Back to 0. 2. Back up to 3. As you can see, this forces you not to take on too much in one session, otherwise you'll lose the game. Now if you want to see that video of Twin Bookervac, I will link that just up here for you to click on next. And if you're interested in finding out more about that transcribe, I have done a dedicated video which I'll just leave in this corner here. Thanks again guys, remember to discover, learn and create something inspiring today, and I'll see you in the next video.